Sitting here staring at the wall. TV cap telling me to carry on. Cause you win some, you lose some, but you live.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Ms.Dria show, where I'm your host, Ms.Dria, and here I have with me my beautiful co-host, Lady T.
Hello, everyone.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm blessed, and I'm here.
I know that's right. Highly favored. So listen, we have some clips, and we're going to see what we think about the clips.
Okay, I'm ready.
He walks stiffly into the room, head bowed, flanked by his North Korean guards. Then, 21-year-old American Otto Frederick Warmbier, a student at the University of Virginia, appears to break down.
I entirely beg you, people and government of the DPR Korea, for your forgiveness. Please, I have made the worst mistake of my life.
Warmbier reads a statement saying he committed a crime in the eyes of North Korea, taking down a pro-regime political banner from the staff area of a hotel.
Please, act to save me. Please, think of my family.
CNN cannot verify if Warmbier was forced to read from a script, but Kim Jong-un's regime has made others do the same.
I think he's under great duress. He knows what's transpired in the past with other Americans who have been held for significant periods of time. He has no one to seek counsel to.
Warmbier was on an organized tour when he was detained by the North Koreans on January 2nd. North Korean officials say he was encouraged to steal the banner by a Methodist church in his native Ohio and by the Z Society, a philanthropic organization at the University of Virginia whose members' names are secret. Pyongyang says the group has ties to the CIA. The Ohio Church and the Z Society say they have no connections with Warmbier nor the CIA. The tour operator, Young Pioneer Tours, hasn't commented on Warmbier's strange news conference. Other tour operators tell CNN they pound the message home to their American clients. Don't do anything to provoke the North Koreans, such as taking pictures of soldiers.
Don't take a picture with your hands in your pocket. Before we enter any museum, there is typically a mural of the leadership of the countries, and tourists are expected to give it a brief bow on their way in.
Warmbier is being held at a time of high tension with Kim Jong-un's regime, following his nuclear and rocket tests, leading some to ask if tonight this student is also a pawn.
They're using this now to sort of get on the front pages, to open themselves up to a dialogue not with respect to the nuclear or missile programs and the sanctions that are being applied to North Korea, but now to a humanitarian issue. This is in their interest to change the subject.
And while Kim's regime is playing this high-stakes game, Otto Warmbier's family is making a personal appeal to Kim Jong-un, issuing a statement saying Otto has apologized for anything he might have done wrong, urging Kim's regime to consider his youth and allow him to return home. Wolf?
Brian, at least one former North Korean detainee in America has made clear after his release that he made a confession under duress, right?
That's right, Wolf. This man, Merrill Newman, an 85-year-old man from California, he'd been held in North Korea in 2013 after mentioning while he was on a tour that he had fought in the Korean War. Now, after his release, Newman said his confession was not made voluntarily. He said to demonstrate that he was reading it under duress, he emphasized the bad grammar, the strange language that the North Koreans had crafted for him. He walks stiffly into the...
Wow.
Welcome back. That was absolutely horrible. Why would the young man, why would you go to someone else's home and tamper with it?
And he didn't need the banner.
Exactly.
I think that was all for him. That was just an idiotic, stupid thing he did.
Exactly.
He has a sense of entitlement, and he was going to show his friends at the Z's Club and back at church and all of his camaraderies, look what I did, look what I got. But you cannot leave home. You cannot do what we let you guys get away with in America. You can't go to someone else's place and do that.
Exactly.
You have to show restraint. Once I was going to this Zimbabwe, Africa, and we had to get shots, and we had to go. It was a series of things we had to do to prepare. And I remember the U.S. ambassador telling us, listen, if you're on a bus headed to a venue or back from to the whole, and you see some type of unrest on the streets or outside that bus, do not react. And now I sit back and I think, and I'm like, Lord have mercy. Exactly. Because we from America, and we know if we see stuff that ain't right, we complain.
Yeah.
You know, right down to my McBurger or my McRib. We complain about whatever. But you can't do that in other countries, though, Dria.
It's not your territory to go, you know, dismantling people's belonging.
And we're in peace talks with Kim Jong-un. We already got the no-flies. America cannot afford to piss off anybody else.
Definitely
no other
not.
country right
Exactly. I think it was really idiotic, as you stated. And he does need to, you know, be punished for what he did. Now, how that is going to take place, I'm not sure. But, I mean, come on. You can't just do what you want to do.
But Dria, their punishment and our punishment
is totally different. But that just may be what they need.
Dria, come on, just whoop him a lip. Don't.
Well, they're gonna whoop him a little bit. A little bit to them, maybe a whole lot to us. So
let the baby come home.
No, that's why he's in the situation that he is, because he's a baby. He's a grown man, Lady T. He looks real grown to me.
Okay, that softness and that mother, you know that's your child, and he shouldn't have, but he's still an American citizen, and that's one of ours. So
yeah, and we have to be able to look at him and say, that was stupid. Yes, you may be one of mine, but that was not smart. In the words of my grandmother, you not smart.
Okay.
So I'm just saying,
right,
you know?
Grandma Dria, I get you.
Yeah. So we do have another clip. Hopefully this one is, you know, makes more sense than the last one, but we're going to check that out.
We learn from our mistakes.
A pastor was shot dead in church in Dayton, Ohio on Sunday. And police say they plan to charge his brother with the crime. Dayton police say the 70-year-old Reverend William B. Schooler was shot at St. Peter's Missionary Baptist Church.
I didn't realize what was going on. I heard a boom, and then we all ran out of the church.
His 68-year-old brother, Daniel Schooler, was arrested at the scene.
This wasn't somewhat of an active shooter. The officers did exactly what they were trained to do. They knew there was a shooter inside. They did no regard to their safety. They went in. They wanted to save the people that were inside. The officers did exactly what they were trained to do in this situation, which possibly and probably saved lives.
I tried to stop Pastor's wife from going back there, but she pushed me out of the way.
Daniel Schooler was taken to jail and faces one murder charge. Police say they don't know what led to the shooting, but they say the pastor was the only intended victim. Sandy Kozel, The Associated Press. A pastor was shot dead in church in Dayton.
Oh, Lord.
That was horrible. That was horrible.
The pastor.
Yep. And his brother shot him.
That's domestic violence at its highest.
Yeah.
At the church, St. Pete Missionary Baptist Church.
Here we have.
You don't just shoot the pastor over the frivolous things, you know, because he preached too long on Sunday for football. That's something that's going on. There's some real stuff there. And some of the people from our production crew think that it was sexually.
The wife.
Yeah, something was going on with the wife.
Jealousy. I don't know. I don't know what the reason may be. But
what reason do you shoot your brother?
I'm trying. It's exactly. So I'm trying to even, you know, I'm trying to comprehend that situation because I'm definitely not there with it. I can't even make reason out of, you know, I can't even try to just make up something.
And he didn't even wait until they left church. He came to the church to execute this guy.
So he was highly mad. He was extremely mad, and he knew, you know, what he went there with the gun. planned it all out, you know.
Yeah. You think that was premeditated?
Yes. He planned it all out, and by him going to that church, I believe that, you know, he knew what he was going to do, and he put on a show. He intentionally went to the church and did it. He could have waited when they were home.
He could have waited. That's my thing, Dria. He could have waited in the parking lot.
He could have did it before they went to church.
Exactly.
The fact that he went to church, I think that says something more.
There's a hidden message.
Yeah. I think it says something more. The reason behind him killing him is so much bigger than, you know, what we see, what we can even think.
Right. And I think that maybe the wife does know something.
Oh, of course. She's the wife, you know. If anybody knows, I'm going to know.
Yeah. And
she knows.
She proceeded to push the lady, the one who looked like the flying nun with the blue. No. She looked, but she had on, you know, the witness lady.
Yeah.
And she just pushed that poor little lady out the way and just, oh my goodness. I cannot fathom what situation would warrant a shooter to come to church in the first place, and in the second place, kill his own family member. That's just, I can't think of anything other than a dire incident of some infidelity in some way, shape, or form, or money.
And you know, I have no idea what it was, but it's just absolutely horrible, and it's bad that, you know, we're killing ourselves off. Look, we're complaining about, you know, being killed off, and then here we are killing ourselves off.
Exactly.
You know? So it's like, it's just horrible. It's sickening.
It's really sad.
It's
oh wow.
Yeah.
Where do you go from there?
We have to get better.
We really do.
We have to get better. We cannot, you know, the pot can't call the kettle black.
Exactly.
We can't look at, you know, for doing to us, and then here we are doing to our own selves.
That is so true.
That's like, you know, well, we do have another clip, so let's check that one out.
A young police officer is being remembered tonight. She was killed this weekend during her first day on the job following an awful series of events in Northern Virginia. Jamie Yukas has details.
Prince William County, Virginia Police Department posted this picture of rookie officer Ashley Gwindon about to start her first shift. The caption, "Be safe." Chief Steve Hudson.
She was literally sworn in the day before on Friday.
Before becoming a U.S. Marine reservist, she interned for the police department.
She clearly had a passion to serve others in a way that went beyond herself.
Gwindon and 2 other officers responded to a domestic disturbance on Saturday. When they arrived, suspect Ronald Hamilton opened fire from the front door.
We have 3 officers that have been shot.
Gwindon's training officer and 10-year veteran David McCowan, along with 8-year veteran Jesse Hempen, were wounded and are expected to survive.
Officers provided first aid to the wounded officers until fire and rescue staff could get on scene. Later in the afternoon, Officer Gwindon succumbed to her injuries.
Hamilton eventually surrendered. Police found his wife dead inside the home. The couple has an 11-year-old son who was not harmed. Hamilton is an active duty staff sergeant who works at the Pentagon. No one knows why he fired on the officers. Neighbor Leon Harris described Hamilton as a gentle giant.
The guy, he was a good guy. Great neighbors, you know, just something must have snapped.
Early Sunday morning, more than 100 patrol cars lined up outside the hospital where Officer Gwindon was taken. They provided escort to a young woman whose first day on the job tragically became her last.
Hamilton is expected to be in court tomorrow. He faces 1 count of capital murder of a police officer and is being held without bond. And Jeff, the county attorney, says he will seek the death penalty.
Jamie Yukas, thank you very much.
Oh, my goodness. And he was a sergeant as well. He held a good position as well. Hamilton, I'm saying, the actual shooter. But what could come? I mean, the Pentagon is a good job.
Yes.
What would happen to make this guy just snap like this?
I have no idea. I was just going to say, you know, I did hear a little bug in my ear, but I was going to say the same thing. Maybe his wife wasn't, you know, being the wife
because
type.
they did find the wife in the house dead too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, oh wow.
Yeah, he had to, you know, that's the only reason I could see a man really doing something like that to a woman. You know.
Well, see, the police that came was just there to serve the warrant, and his anger went out towards them.
Mm-hmm.
But he had already enacted a crime by
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure, you know, he had just killed her.
Right.
And there we go again, killing
domestic
killing off
violence,
our own.
right?
I'm pretty sure he had just killed her, and then, you know, they showed up, and well, you know, and I just feel so bad for the young lady Gwen, because
had no idea. First day on the job, just got sworn in yesterday. Wow.
That's heartbreaking.
Oh, wow.
So heartbreaking.
Oh, wow. And the other two vets, one 7-year and one 8-year, they were able to just get wounded and not so much as, I think that the law enforcement is putting things in place now so that people will have a policy. There's a policy and a procedure of serving a warrant now, or going into a domestic situation.
Exactly.
Probably one of the worst things you can do.
Oh, my goodness.
I remember being in court with some of the domestic violence women, and March is Women's Month. So we're going to have a whole lot of stuff that we're going to be talking about throughout the month of March, domestic violence, what have you, okay? But I remember some of those women would drag themselves up to the podium, and they would have their arm in a sling, and they would be all bruised, and they would say, Your Honor, he really didn't mean to do this.
Yeah, take up for them.
Yes, he didn't mean to do that, Your Honor. It was my fault. And I'm just thinking to myself, you know, what type of mental state does a person have to be in? You're the victim. However, you're saying that you're not the victim, that it was your fault.
He's basically the
right.
victim.
He's the victim.
Yeah. You have to be extremely insecure. Extremely. And I'm pretty sure, you know, that comes with him. Maybe nothing just, you know, happens. You know, it may start with verbal abuse, whether you realize it or not.
Right.
You know, because of the way he's talking to you, that's verbal abuse. You know, shut up and do this. That's not how you talk to someone.
Right.
So it just progresses, and it grows and it grows, and then before you know it, those shut ups turn into
Didn't I?
slap.
Yeah, right.
Didn't I tell you?
It's adaptation. Once you get adapted to it, then it's not so bad, because now you're used to it.
Exactly.
And then he introduces another element, and then you get used to that.
And then it's like, it's my fault because I should have known better, because, you know, he told me. You know.
But I do think that a lot of it has a lot to do with today's stresses, today's pressures.
On the male?
On any human being. I really do. People are more apt to snap now than they were in 1960 or 70 or 80.
But
they have a different enemy,
I
Dria.
just think that, no, we all have the same enemy. I just think that
Dria in the 60s was eating George, that German Shepherd. You know, they were sicking dogs on people or squirting them with water. Now they're not using the German Shepherds. And but there's another form of that antagonizing.
Yeah, I just think it all boils down to individuality, and how strong are you as an individual? How much can you take? You know,
right.
Plug. That's my dad's song. But no, seriously, how much can you take? You know, either you can say, hey, if someone, you know, cuts me off, I'm going to scream and honk my horn like crazy down the street, or they cut me off, you know, I'm just going to let it go. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because I can take more than that. I'm not going to let you upset me or ruin
my whole
day or my future for that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
How bad does it have to be?
Exactly,
for you to,
exactly. So
yeah,
it just boils down to the individual. What I think, regardless of any situation, we're put. You know, God is not going to put on us what we can't handle.
You can't handle.
And I'm pretty sure He don't intend for you. He does not intend for you to handle situations by killing off your fellow human beings.
Right. Slow to anger.
Yeah.
Right. And sometimes people, we just have to laugh.
Yeah, exactly.
We just have to. I don't care if it ain't even funny. In some situation, I remember as a kid, my mom used to say, "I'm laughing to keep from crying." And the more you grow, that comment makes so much sense.
Yeah, it will.
You know, you just have to find something to laugh at and be at peace with. So that you don't feel like, I know on that I-95, Lord, that parking lot there, and trying to get to the show and get in makeup and get ready. Oh, baby, you want to choke somebody or you want to chunk some pecans at them, but you can't. You have to make sure that you just keep your composure and just smile it off and just laugh.
Exactly,
Because
it could be so much worse.
You look so much better
And
when you smile.
You look so much better when you
smile.
We do have another clip.
We do?
So yes,
Okay.
we do. So we're going to see what that one has.
Well, look at this frightening video out of China. A 2-year-old falls out of a moving van and onto a busy road. Remarkably, the toddler was not hurt. You can see him get up and start walking.
Incredible.
Wow.
The van was driven by the child's grandfather. There he is. When he realized the little one was missing, he returned to pick up the little boy. The grandfather says another car had rear-ended the van, causing the trunk. I know, Liz, you just saw that, right? It is incredible video. Thankfully, thank God that little baby was not hurt.
What was he doing in the trunk?
And it's just, you know, can you imagine? He's just running after the car, and the car is like way down on the other end of the highway. There's these trucks. It is just so thankful that little guy's okay.
Boy, I sound like my grandmother. Okay, anyway.
Everybody's gasping at the table.
Well,
Lady T.
I'm going to tell y'all, my host been sitting here laughing the whole time now. This from somebody who don't have a little one. I have a little one. You can look at me and tell I got children. You don't need to know how many. Some. But sometimes you just don't even realize they have wiggled out of this position and went to another. How did that little baby get all the way in the back of that van in the first place?
In the back.
And the granddaddy didn't even realize he was missing. He just thought that was a sack of oranges or something.
Oh, my goodness.
He hadn't closed the door, or either the kid had got back there and opened the door.
He wasn't buckled in. Something just, he should have been in the car seat. You know, the kind that lock
When
him
I
in.
tell you with my first, I read books. I got on the computer. I went to birthing classes. I went to parental things to find out what was going on, what I was going to do with that kid. And I'm telling you, my first kid, I was just so by the book. By the time I had the second, the third child, boo. Honey, look, he gonna be all right there in front
See, that's
yard.
how Grandpa was. That's how Granddaddy was. And you know, the poor baby running down the street.
Okay, and my first one is like my host. She's like Dria. She just I'm beautiful. I can't pick that. I can't do nothing. Just go to school. This girl's still learning right now. Jesus, she got the master, the bachelor. This girl got so many degrees she can't even work at Walmart. But that second one, he can do anything. The one that you just said, look, he just eating that off the ground. It's okay. Here, baby, go. Them the ones that survive. It's like oh my goodness.
We do have
hello. Yeah. The little baby. Basically, what happened with him? I think the baby was sitting in the back of the car, and from what the grandpa said, that the car was struck. Somebody hit him.
Oh.
And that, but he kept going or what have you. And I guess as he was rolling, it jarred the door. So the baby fell out.
Yeah, but that does not explain why the baby was not buckled in, or why the baby was in the trunk, for that matter.
Exactly.
That doesn't explain that.
Yeah.
Because the baby just came like a ball.
Out that back part where you put groceries
Yeah,
in,
he
your
just
jumper cables.
boom, boom.
The baby wasn't in the seat part, strapped in.
not at all.
And
So-
maybe that's not the law.
Yeah. The baby, he probably threw the baby back there anyway. The baby was already, the baby was back there. It's just, he thought that was gonna be safe, but
No.
he
That is horrible.
had a little hiccup.
Oh my goodness, that's
And
horrible.
the
That
baby
doesn't
had
even
the
make
wherewithal to just roll.
Oh,
Ain't
baby.
God amazing?
Yes.
That baby fell. If I had took a fall like that, I'd be crunched up like a R.
Oh,
Okay, I would be
baby.
in the shape of a vowel. That baby just jumped up and started running. Oh my God, God is amazing.
Yes, He is.
And even if that baby had some broken bones, I'm telling you right now,
No,
they
he
gonna
didn't.
heal
He's
by
still
April.
limber. He's still
Yeah.
limber. He's still
Yeah,
limber.
God is amazing, man.
Okay, we got more.
We got more.
We got
Come
more.
on, bring them on.
Another popular food myth is that you can't eat after 7 p.m. So I have clients crazed to make it home from work in order to get their dinner in, or
Oh my golly.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my golly.
Oh my god, is she dead? Ma? I think you should go check. Are you gonna go check? Oh my goodness, this driver. Was it the car? It's the
This
car's fault.
car's fault. I'm gonna save the...
Papa, yung sa dashboard ka.
Yeah. I'm gonna take it off na eh.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow. That was absolutely horrible. This is why, man, I don't even know where we cannot, try to make those little odd turns and they're going too slow, let me go around them, because you never know what's on the other side, what's coming at you, if you're going to make it out quick enough before the guy on the motorcycle, proceeds down his lane.
The guy on the motorcycle was in his
He was in his lane.
lane. That was somebody trying to pass. We just said, just take a little time and just be patient and just wait. It's only a 2-lane, one going, one coming.
Exactly.
That's it. And this guy just took him out.
Totally.
Wow.
Wow.
Did you ever drive a motorcycle?
No. Oh, I've ridden on one, but I not.
Can you? Would you think you would ever own one?
I really would like to own one.
Listen, do not get no motorcycle, okay? Do not listen to this. So do not, okay? You see how people don't respect them. People don't even give them the time of day. This guy in this big old van, he knew it had to be a van or a semi-truck to hurt him.
Yeah.
That is the most ridiculous thing. I can imagine somebody at home watching our show, and if I was curling my hair, hot curling or burnt, I would have been burnt my hair or the chicken or something, because that video just stopped me in my tracks.
That was very powerful.
I'm so glad they turned the radio off of Taylor Swift music to show the severity of the situation, but I mean, it just caught everybody by surprise.
Yeah, because I didn't know what was coming.
They
from
even
that.
turned the radio off, and you could see there were mountains wherever they are. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it was
but
beautiful. It was extremely bad.
You could be in your own right lane.
Yep, and someone just
Don't get a motorcycle. People don't respect them. You could ride on it with like Dria, but you're not getting one. I'm sorry, sweetie. No.
Okay.
I'm sorry. No, I love my host. Y'all don't get me wrong. But two things I know. She getting out her daddy house and she not getting a motorcycle. That list growing. The more I'm just no.
Oh God. Okay.
I have no words.
Okay. You win. You win. So,
but you know what?
What?
One thing is good about a motorcycle, though.
What?
You know, it vibrates when you sit on it. It's the vibration like. That's all right, okay? But that's it, though. That's just for the women. I'm just saying now. But Dria, it is. It just one of the good qualities about a Harley Davidson.
Yes. So, I don't know if we have any more clips. Do we have any more clips? Okay, we don't have any more clips. No more clips. We've had an extremely good time.
Oh God,
tonight.
This was a wonderful show.
Yeah, we've had
my God.
so much fun.
You have had such a good lineup tonight. And I thank everybody for sitting there and watching with us.
Yes,
I just look so forward to every Thursday night.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
I appreciate you so much, Lady
I
T.
appreciate you. And our lighting crew and our production crew. I came in and I had a bad day today getting here. But they was able to, help me with my hair and my makeup crew and in the back. I got to say a shout out to Ms.Dria because she really do help me.
Okay,
Oh, Lord.
okay.
You need somebody who ain't afraid to help touch your fat meat. So I thank you so much for putting me in my uniform and helping me and being a part of this show.
That is excellent. So we appreciate you, T-Rex. I call it T-Rex.
T-Rex.
So I just want to thank everyone who has sat with us tonight, all of the guests who came through.
Yes.
I would like to thank everyone who has stayed, watching, all of you for staying tuned. I like to thank the whole Universe family, the whole Universe Miami network. I like to thank my entire cast group here for helping put on the Ms.Dria show. I like to thank my beautiful co-host, Lady T.
Aww. You're welcome, and I'd like to thank my host for keeping me on.
And I'd like to thank you, most importantly, for just staying and keeping up with us. We look forward to seeing you next Thursday at 8. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.